wait for 2 to 3 more minutes. I think some more people are joining.
Yeah.
So, sir, should we start or should we wait?
Ma'am, time is maybe okay. 2 minute wait करते हैं. इसके
Yeah,
बाद हम
we can wait for 2 minutes. So everybody is comfortable with Hindi and English both, or only English? Hindi and English both will work. Okay.
English. I would prefer English.
Okay, surely.
I can't speak Hindi.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
But I think you can understand Hindi.
Okay.
That is fine for you.
I can understand.
You can understand.
No, okay.
Great. So Gaurav sir, I think in the meanwhile, you can just brief about the organization, what its purpose is and all those things.
Can you please on your cameras so we are connected more maybe?
Yeah. So I request
Yes.
everybody to please switch on the cameras, and we'll just take a minute. Okay. Whosoever can switch on their cameras, please do, so that we can be more interactive and we can feel connected, right? And we are an organization who is, organization which is more into the mental health. So this is a startup by Gaurav sir, and he will just introduce it and what is the mission behind this organization. So sir, over to you, please.
So ma'am, sorry to say, can I speak in Hindi because English is most.
No worries. Yeah.
मुझे बताते हुए बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि मैं एक प्लेटफॉर्म रन कर रहा हूँ जो कि मेंटल हेल्थ अवेयरनेस के लिए हमने ये जो कम्युनिटी वर्क के लिए हमने ये स्टार्ट किया था. मैंने जो वर्क ये किया है तो डॉक्टर एच के बेदी मैम है, एमडी सेक्रेटरी है हमारे साथ और को फाउंडर भी है इस प्लेटफॉर्म के. सो मुझे बड़ी खुशी होती है कि मैं आज इतने स्पीकर्स के साथ बैठ के वर्क करता हूँ इस चीज में, और एक सपोर्टिंग प्लेटफॉर्म के रूप में हम ये प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिया में लेके आए हैं, जिसके अंदर हम मेंटल हेल्थ के रिगार्डिंग जैसे पोस्ट ट्रेनिंग के ऊपर हमारे साथ विधि गुप्ता मैम है, पोस्ट ट्रेनर भी हैं और सॉफ्ट स्किल ट्रेनर भी हैं. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग मैम, एंड मोर फैकल्टीज हमारे साथ और भी हैं जो रिलेटेड टू मेंटल हेल्थ में हम वर्क करते हैं, वर्कशॉप्स रन करते हैं, जिसमें हम अभी करंटली हमारी बुक्स भी राइटअप हो रही हैं फ्रॉम आवर फैकल्टीज. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग. और इसके बाद ये पोस्ट वाला जो हमारा चल रहा है ये बेसिक एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए हमने ये तैयार किया था करिकुलम मैम के साथ मिलके कि भाई हम इस चीज को भी वर्क प्लेस में जो इश्यूज चल रहे हैं उसको लेके हम इस चीज को कवर कर पाए. उसके साथ में अब हम 22 को हम एक पोस्ट का और प्रोग्राम लेके आ रहे हैं बेसिक टू एडवांस लेवल तक. तो होप सो कि आप उसमें भी अटेंड कर पाओगे और विधि गुप्ता मैम आपको उस टाइम भी अंडरस्टैंड अच्छे से करवा पाएंगे जैसे इस वेबिनार में अब आपके साथ हैं जी. So thank you so much for coming all, and welcome to Let's Be Okay family also.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gaurav sir, for
Yes, ma'am.
giving this brief intro. So, if I talk about myself, I am a certified corporate trainer. I think Umu has also done from ProTouch only, right? I think some certification you have done from ProTouch. So, I have also done the SHRM certification from ProTouch, and also I'm a certified POSH trainer. So, over the years, I have trained many HRs and their organizations relating to the same topic. So today I get this opportunity to be in front of you and present myself. And of course, this is going to be an interactive session. Whatever comes into your mind during the session, you can just raise your hands or then speak, or you can put in the chat box, so that once we are taking up the Q&As at that time, we can take them up. And of course, this is the basic course which I have just compiled for the sake for this session, because many people are here who are not into the HR domain, or who just want to have a basic understanding. Like Gaurav sir has already said that we are coming up with a new advanced this POSH session, in which we would be taking more technicalities, and there would be some certifications also that we would be giving once you attend that advanced course. All right. So Gaurav sir, I think we shall start, otherwise we'll be late with the time. All right. Okay. So welcome to this this workshop. And all right. So before I just start this workshop, I have a very basic question. Like nowadays, we are we all know that we have the work from home environment, right? So what do you feel that POSH, if I talk about POSH, everybody knows what is POSH, right? So it is prevention of sexual harassment. So if I talk about POSH Act, is it applicable to work from home or remote setups also? You can put up your answers in the chat box if you're not able to speak up, or if you want, you can just shout out your answers.
It is applicable.
Yeah, it is applicable. Yes, to a large extent, it is applicable. Yes, yes. So all of us know that this act is applicable even in remote settings. And by the end of this session, I would be also taking up some of the myths that are associated with POSH training, when and how it is needed, how to constitute the ICs, and all of these things I would be taking up. So before we start, I'll be sharing one very small clipping from a very renowned movie, that is Pink. Okay, so I think all of us have seen this movie, but there is a specific, there is a specific thing that I want to just show you. Give me a moment. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to everybody. Just a second. Just a moment. I'm still some problem is there. Let me just share once more.
Any issue, ma'am?
I'm just sharing my screen. Actually, I want to go into that tab. I'm not able to go into that tab, but wait a moment. Okay, we'll just start.
Where have you saved that file?
Yeah, actually it is a YouTube link, so I think I'm not able to share that. Otherwise, it's fine. We'll just start it. No problem. Let me just give a last try.
There's a possibility that that YouTube link must have opened somewhere else other
Yeah,
than.
I also think so.
Yeah.
Is it fine?
Yeah, now it is visible.
It is fine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Saigal. Oh, you're ना सिर्फ एक शब्द नहीं, अपने आप में एक पूरा वाक्य है, Your Honor. जैसे किसी तर्क, स्पष्टीकरण, एक्सप्लेनेशन या व्याख्या की जरूरत नहीं होती. ना का मतलब नहीं होता है. My client said no, Your Honor. And these boys must realize कि बोलने वाली लड़की कोई परिचित हो, फ्रेंड हो, गर्लफ्रेंड हो, कोई सेक्स वर्कर हो, या आपकी अपनी बीवी क्यों ना, no means. Someone says so. You stop.
Yeah. So, like we have seen in this small clipping, so no means no. By whosoever it is being said, it is no. Right? So now, whenever we talk about this act, most of the time, what happens that, the recipient, like, there are two parties. One is recipient and one is the giver of the emotions. So it is only the emotions of the recipient that matters here, not the emotions or feelings of the giver. Right? So this we will understand in today's session. So now I'm sharing my screen for the slides. So now, this act was enacted by our government in the year 2013. So this came under the Vishakha guidelines. So there was a case of Bhavri Devi, sorry, and she was a social activist. And what happened? She was an activist against the child marriage in Rajasthan. And when she was taking it ahead, she was gang raped by some of the men who didn't like her idea. Then a PIL was filed, and under the Vishakha guidelines, the Supreme Court has given this judgment that no person, no lady, no employee can be harassed in the workplace. Thereafter, there were so many modifications, amendments in this act that came up. So that is why this act is also known as the Vishakha Act, because it came under the Vishakha guidelines. So the law towards sexual harassment in India has three types of intents. One is to prevent harassment. Second is protection of the employees as a whole. Who are covered in this definition of employees, that we'll see. And then again, if such an act has been done, if the violation has been done, then doing redressal for such complaints. So if I talk about the acts, the sexual acts, most of the time we are not clear with what comes under the Sexual Harassment Act, specifically at workplaces, be it offline, be it online, be it in factories or at any other place. So one which is unwelcome. Now that is what I said at that time, that the way the receiver receives the act plays the more crucial role rather than the intention of the giver of that action. So if the receiver is welcoming that act, or if the receiver is unwelcoming that act, is a whole criteria that is deciding factor on this. Again, it is sexual. It can be by actions, or of course it can be in the case of the harassment. And again, the recipient of the action is uncomfortable due to this act. So the main tagline over here is effect over the receiver would be counted, not the intent of the doer. Right? So this is why we say that over here in the POSH Act specifically, whatever the receiver feels is given the priority, because there is no other way to clarify on this, that what was done, what was not done. But if the receiver is uncomfortable, if he takes any action as unwelcome, then of course it would come under this harassment. Now, what type of actions in the workplace are come under the arena of sexual harassments? So physical contacts or advancement. So what do you mean by this? Mute yourself. Gaurav sir, can you mute them?
देखो लड़की का नंबर क्यों नहीं दे रही है? ये उस लड़की का नंबर सीधा उसको देगी, मेडिकल वाले को फोन करेगा कि भाई तुम्हारा सामान लड़की को नहीं दे रही है ना, नहीं दे रही हो।
Can, yeah. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay.
Continue, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. So any questions, any doubts till now? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Or any doubts you have till now? Shall I continue? Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, you can continue.
All right. Great. Thank you. Okay. So now the first thing is making physical contacts or advancements. Now physical contact, everybody, all of us know what is physical contact. What about advancement? What is the meaning of advancement? Anybody? You can just make the guesses also, it's fine. You can write in the chat box. Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Umu.
indications or symbolic indications, is it?
Yeah. Yes. The symbolic gestures. We can also say the gestures, the body language, right? So advancements, if we are expecting any undue favor from any of the person, that also comes under this definition. Demanding or requesting sexual favors, passing sexually colored comments or remarks. So sometimes, you know, the vulgar language that is not socially acceptable. We use that kind of the language and we say it is acceptable. Oh, I'm just flirting with that girl, or I'm just flirting with that boy. But is it acceptable? If the person complains, if the person files a complaint, then it would constitute as an harassment. Again, showing pornography, that is quite evident. Now, what is workplace? So where the hired personnel visits for the work and even the transportation, if the transportation is provided by the company and the harassment takes place there, so that would also be considered as the workplace. If in the transit, the transportation is provided by the company, the driver of that cab, the conductor, the helper, anybody, or the employee, the colleague in that particular cab, he commits the violation, then that would also come under the definition of the workplace. Of course, we have office, personal space of the senior or the hiring authority, his personal cabins. Sometimes sometimes the senior directors, they call their secretaries at the home to do some work. Then that place would become a workplace. Company's guest house or hotels. The seniors are living, the colleagues are living, or they have arrived, they are traveling and they are in the hotels. And then again, if they call for some work, any employee, and if the violation is done, that is in the workplace. Yes, Yadu Kumar, you have raised the hand.
Yes, I was asking about supposing if somebody is traveling in a public transport along with a colleague and something like this happens, will that come under the purview of POSH?
Public transport is not there in the workplace, but yes, colleague is the part of that organization.
Yes.
So then that would be considered.
That becomes a POSH.
That would be a work. Yes, that would be considered as the violation under this.
Nutshell, we can say that, it is not only restricted to office transport.
No.
It can
That
be
is why work from home
even
under
work
this
from home,
arena has come, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Umu.
Yeah, people are always having few doubts regarding POSH because this is not only for women or we have this biases. This is for both gender neutrality and
Yeah, so
equality, right?
Umu, if you can wait till end, I have taken up these myths.
Yeah, that one I have. The only question I have put down here is like the women, a domestic help who's coming to the company but not entering inside the company but working outside the company. The outer frame, she's sweeping or cleaning or doing. Even that lady will come under POSH, right?
Yes, she would
Either
come.
she is working for an half an hour or part
Or
time or whatever
yes,
it is.
even if she has come, like if I talk about the domestic helps, if I talk about the urban companies nowadays in Delhi NCR, urban companies are there who send their staff, who send their people to do different kind of services. So they are coming only for half an hour. They are coming sometimes even for 15 minutes. So if an act is committed there at that time also, it is considered as the workplace, and he is
Yeah,
considered
but
as the employee.
one more question is there, like in a college, there are kids like girls who are studying, either they are 17 year on plus 6 months, it is 17.5 years, and the POSH starts after 18 years.
18
So it will be coming under POXO or
POXO.
POSH. This
It
case
will
is
be
there.
under POXO.
They are asking me sometimes whether the birthday of 18 has not come yet, whether I will come under POSH or POXO.
POXO. Till the time they
Yeah.
have completed their 18, they would be in the POXO only.
Right, right. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay. Any other doubts? Okay.
No, you can continue.
Yeah. All right. Now, like Umu and I were discussing, who all are covered under this law? So we have temporary employees, contractual workers, daily wage employees, even the people who are on probation, very, very small period. They also come under this act. Interns, trainees, housekeeping workers, security workers, representatives of clients or vendors. If anybody is representing any client and he or she has come, then they would be again your employees, even for a very short presentation or for a very short period. And volunteers. So sometimes the confusion is that they are not paid, but that doesn't matter. The person is there in your company, in your office premises, and the violation there is there, he would be considered as an employee. Salary, stipend, whether he's being paid, doesn't matter. So I think, Umu, this answers your most of the questions that who all are there. Okay, now here are certain examples, like when I started with this slide. So at that time, I have given that which acts are considered as the sexual harassments. So we have these kinds of gestures, I can say gestures or the body language. Sometimes it is unwelcome by the women because they don't find it welcoming. They feel uncomfortable. So one of them is gazing. Gazing means staring. The men continuously stare, or might be the women also. In some cases, they stare men. So this is the sexual harassment. This comes under this. Doing kissing sounds, lip smacking, biting, all of these, the unwelcoming gestures, which are not acceptable. Then again, the pornography, the vulgar things. If you show some kind of images to the person, then that is again your this comes under the harassment. Unhealthy comments or dirty jokes, abusing power by demanding sexual favors or threatening for loss of job over the same. So sometimes, like we have seen mostly in the glamorous industry, that these kind of things are there. That if they don't sleep with the directors, then they won't be given the chances to act. Even at a very high level, CEOs, and sometimes we have seen many places where these type of things are being done. So this is under sexual harassment. Then we have touching, caressing, leaning, kissing over somebody's body, and blocking path, following, stalking, and cornering. So if all this act is done and the other person is not comfortable with these kind of gestures, then it is under the harassment. The very thin line over here is that whether the person who is receiving this act is welcoming that or not. Right? So yes, I am there to take up your questions over this. Any questions?
Hi, I have one question.
Hmm.
So, if someone, like any employee, is returning, going back to his home, and he's like carpooling with another employee, and during that journey, if something happens, then the organization is not part of it, right?
Why? It is the cab is shared, na?
No, no, the organization has not organized the cab. It's the personal vehicle,
No,
and
no. If it is not the person, if it is not by the organization, then it is not under the workplace. But the colleague, if he is an organization person, the same organization person, the colleague is there, then it would be under this preview only.
so both of them are from the same organization, and they're like carpooling their own vehicle. So in that case, it will be covered.
Yes,
If the
yes. In
employee,
that case,
okay.
it would be covered. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Parveen.
Can I answer this question if you don't
Mm-hmm.
mind? The previous, somebody was.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
The thing is that it comes under two purviews. It certainly, if as long as a colleague is there, it will definitely come under POSH. And the lady is free to file a complaint in the police also.
Yes, yes. Under the IPC also it is covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for answering this. Yeah.
Thank
Yes, Parveen.
Hi,
Hi.
my question is the third point, which you mentioned that unhealthy comments and dirty jokes. In case in the office there is no intention, they are not pointing any lady or like that, but there's a few colleagues maybe, uh, they are just always cracking a jokes which is a dirty and something like that, but it is not intentionally they are doing for any other, just like as a part of fun they are just joking, so it is also coming under posh.
If it makes the recipient uncomfortable, if it makes the other person uncomfortable, then it comes. If the person is enjoying, the receiver is also enjoying, then why will he file the complaint at the first place? Right? He will file the complaint, he or she will file the complaint only when they have crossed a certain line. Am I right? Like body shaming. Nowadays, body shaming is also lot, it has also caught lot of attention. So there is a particular line till when you can consider it as a fun or a light joke. But then as soon as that line is crossed, the receiver becomes uncomfortable. At that time, of course, he can go and file the complaint. Does it
Yeah,
answer your question?
I have one more question.
Hmm.
The company where I am working at is from last 13 years, and we are just three ladies we are working and with all men.
Okay.
And we never faced any problem this kind of things. In fact, we don't have any this kind of issues also, but yes, sometimes our ladies, they are facing a problem, like that men women wala issue,
Mm-hmm.
that women can't do, they can go like that, with a big client they can't go and deal, their brain is like that, they are getting that kind of
No,
comments
no, no. That is
from the,
no. So see,
that is
this is
also
the
coming under
perspective.
posh. No, I just want to
This
know,
is
that
the
is also coming
perspective.
under posh.
This is the matter of the perspective. If the men are not doing anything, then this is their perspective that we are not given the equal opportunity.
No, that's, I just want to know the
Mm-hmm.
comment they are passing,
Mm-hmm.
because somewhere it is coming, oh, because that lady is old or something like that, whatever, that is different, but it is also coming under posh,
No, no,
that
no. That won't.
commenting like
No,
that.
this is discrimination, but it is not the POSH. It is not the harassment. Of course, this
Okay,
is discrimination.
this
I
is
understand that.
mentally harassment, right? Kind of.
Yes, but it doesn't come under the purview of this law.
Okay.
Right? So, of
Yeah.
course, this is discrimination and this shouldn't happen. That age shouldn't be criteria or the gender shouldn't be the criteria. But unless and until there is an unhealthy comment or dirty jokes, till then it won't come under this purview. Maybe it is the perspective. Maybe, yes, they are thinking that why should this girl or this lady be given the chance when we are here? But as long as they are not saying anything, they are not showing to you anything, it doesn't fall under this.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Vijay.
Hi Vidhi, I
Hi.
just have a question
Hmm.
wherein say after office hours or on a weekend, if a team member invites the entire team from his company and also some of his friends from other company, and if the team members of the existing company do such an act of gazing a lady from another company or unfavorable acts. So will that be also taken, or will that come under POSH, and will that place be
I mean,
treated as a
what kind of,
workplace?
so it all depends, like what kind of setup is it?
It's a house, home, person's
Okay.
home.
And the colleagues are coming.
Yeah, existing companies, team members, all the colleagues are coming, and that person's previous companies, or the other friends are also coming over his place for dinner. And during that time, something wrong happens, or the person is trying to uh, do some unfavorable
Yeah.
acts, or whatever it is. So
So see,
will that
yes,
be,
as long as the colleagues are involved in this whole act, it is covered.
so if that lady from the another company, if she wants to file a POSH complaint, so she will have to file it in that person's company, or how is it?
Yeah, so she has went to some place. Now she has gone to some place. So it
True.
depends upon where that, I mean, for example, there is A organization, the lady is from B organization. Now the A organization has organized this personal party where, I mean, this personal party is for what purpose? This is a personal party or official party?
It's a personal party. It's a personal party altogether.
No, if it is a personal party, then why it would come under this? This will come under IPC, na? Then it won't be covered over here.
Okay.
Right, because the purpose is personal over here. The lady is going, she knows that she's not going for the official purpose. Am I right?
Right.
Right, so it won't come under POSH. It will go under IPC.
Okay.
Okay, because none, yes, so no workplace is there. The party is at the personal place, the lady is going for the personal party, so there is no workplace.
Can I intervene over here?
Yeah, please.
If you don't mind. Actually, if I understood the question properly, the question was that there are certain colleagues of the present organization as well as the previous organization at a party. Okay.
Yeah.
This was your
At a
question?
Yeah.
Whichever place. It is outside, I mean, wherever. I mean, it is outside the office, but yes, colleagues are present and something happened. As long as if the present colleagues are involved, it attracts POSH. And again, the lady is free to file a case.
Yes, if
in
the
IPC
existing
also.
colleagues are there, then it will be POSH.
If existing colleagues are there, it will attract POSH. And secondly, I mean, just to quote Silajit Barua case, it is the same thing.
Yeah, if the existing colleagues are there for the current company, then it would attract.
It will attract POSH, and the lady will
Yes.
have to file a complaint in the present organization.
Yes,
and for
in the
rest of
present organization, she will file.
Yeah, and
Because
for
the colleagues and the lady, the person who commits and the lady, both are in the B organization, then it will. But if the colleagues are of A and ladies of B, then it won't.
Yeah, then it
So
won't.
I'll
Then
just give you an
IPC would apply.
example. Say for example, I call my friends, I call my team members to my place for dinner, and I also call my previous company's colleagues for dinner, and my existing team members, one of the team members from my existing company does such an act with the employee of a previous company. So the previous company employee wants to file a complaint. Will she be able to file a complaint under POSH Act? And
No.
No. Previous company cannot file on the. See, now, of course, there should be two common parties. Like if we take A and B. So B should be there in the I mean, the B company should be involved where the crime is committed, and B should be there upon whom the crime is committed.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yes. All right. Any other queries?
Hello, ma'am. Harish here. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm into a banking sector, banking industries, where our women employees will also want to deal with vendors, customers, so like this. So, if
Sorry, he wants to
suppose
deal with what?
vendors and customers.
Vendors and customers. Okay.
if any such incidents happen from the customer side, or if our any woman employees goes to that customer place for any work related, if such any harassment happens, then how we can take this
Yes.
kind of cases,
Yes. So
or
women,
if any.
yes. So in that case, now the customer's place becomes the workplace.
Okay, however,
This
the
is what
customer
I
will
told
not
you,
be
no?
part
Yes.
of
So
our.
this, yeah. So this is what I told you, no? When I gave you the example of urban company, the same thing happens. Now, if the employee, the women employee, is the employee of that client, the house of that client becomes the workplace for her,
Okay,
because she
so it's like
was working for the bank now.
yes.
Yeah.
So just think is like how we can take this case, like since the customer or vendor will not be part of the organization, if
So
so, then
she
how we
has to
can
file.
complain about
Yeah.
it
So
in
she
this.
has to file with the company itself, with the bank itself.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So now there are certain more examples. I'm not reading it. You can just see, like, we are calling by darling, baby, or indirect remarks. Again, in a flirtious way, whatever we are doing, we sometimes the men, or even in the women, nowadays the women, they also call it a flirtious or friendly, but the other person might feel it that it is a flirtious. So mismatch of that friendly and flirtious definition. And then again, non-veg jokes and obscene stories, spreading lies about sexual orientation, all of these things are covered under sexual harassment. Okay. Again, what is defined as unwelcome? So any action that is done without the consent or regarded offensive by the recipient. So that is what I am saying, and I am emphasizing that the recipient, how the recipient feels after that action, that matters the most. If the recipient is not complaining, it doesn't necessarily mean that the action is welcome. Right? You have to find from the gestures of the recipient. Sometimes the recipient are, like, they're suppressing their feelings. So again, it doesn't mean that he is welcoming that thing. And then again, some things are, like, it is quite evident that they are insulting or they are demeaning. So of course, one should avoid those. But the thin line is over here. If the recipient is not complaining, it doesn't necessarily mean that the action is welcome. So sometimes the body language of the recipient also tells the whole story. If you are making a remark on a person, and you just see the body language of that person, is the person embarrassed, or is the person, like, you can see that there is some problems, a disconnection is there, then that means that is not welcome. Again, unwelcome and welcome, I have just put this slide to make you more comfortable, to make you more clear that what is unwelcome, what is welcome. So welcome is feels comfortable, you to indulge in it. Then the situation is under control. Like I said, that there is a thin line. Once you cross that line, then of course the havoc happens. Again, it should be lawful, it should be respectful. The privacy should be respected. No self-respect is harmed. Fear is not there. No negative emotions are there, and it is supportive. So all of these behaviors are there under the welcome category. Yes. Any doubt so far? Any more questions? Or shall I proceed like I'm doing? Yeah. Yes, Yadu.
I just want, just to clarify, like you said that even if the person is not complaining, that the recipient is not complaining, but that doesn't mean that the
It is
action
welcoming.
is welcoming. Yeah, that is fine. But will the POSH apply in case if the person is not complaining?
Of course, how will it apply? When the person is not giving any
True.
complaint, then how it will apply? But maybe, like, there are 10 separate incidents, and the person was quiet till 9. Now at the 10th, he says, enough is enough, and I'm going. Now he
Yeah.
tells from number 1. So then
POSH will come only into picture once a complaint is filed.
yes, then maybe everything will be taken care. right
Yeah.
from incident one.
True. Actually, the thing is, there are many things in day-to-day life which keep happening with everyone, all of us out here. We also experience such things. But unless we, kind of file a I mean, here
So
since we are,
see, in the normal case, when the recipient or see, if you also take yourself as a victim, now, till the time you are okay, the workplace, now see, four people are working together. Of course, the jokes would be there. Of course, everything would be there. But again, there is a limit to everything. Once you cross that limit, only then such things happen.
true, true, true.
Yeah.
No, no, I mean, I'm saying in real life scenario, limits have,
Yes.
limits को तो पता नहीं कब का क्रॉस कर लिया गया होता है, but कोई कंप्लेंट क्योंकि फाइल नहीं होती है, सुना दे.
File nahi hoti hai. Exactly. So I have even the data, like, how many complaints are there. So they are so less because the
Yeah.
people are not aware that इस type का कोई act भी है या ये सब कुछ इसके preview में आता है. The particularly the women or even the lower strata of the society, they actually don't know कि अगर हमारे पर कोई remark हो रहा है, so we can actually do something for that. Right? Yes, Anuradha.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I keep giving this POSH awareness program to various people, corporates and all. Sometimes I have this doubt lingering in my mind. When we give awareness, when we talk about just come out, you need not remain silent, please come out and just complain what I feel. If you don't feel okay, if you're not comfortable, something like that. But what I feel is we it's a very intricate one. When we encourage these people, does this mean that they won't, the management, as far as the management is concerned, the people are encouraged to go against the management or the people or the men work there, and so will the management take it in a rough way or not in a good way? I have this doubt always in my mind. So when we finish
Yeah.
our,
So see,
especially,
yes, so this happens, Anuradha, your point is fine that, if the high top management is involved, then of course they would take it in a very rough way only. If you are filing a complaint, if you are filing a complaint, even though if, you come clean and they are held guilty, then what kind of, in a practical situation, what can we expect? They will be harsh only. Am I right? Although the law says that the person, the complainant has to be given his dignity, but does it actually happen? Can it actually happen? So, although the law is there, yeah, but then again, sometimes it is this person might be discriminated for always. But yes, at that time, at least she has or he has raised the voice. That matters a lot.
sometimes when I say as little as displaying the names of IC members, everywhere where the normal people could see, that itself is not taken well by the people. So how do you people deal with this? It's a bit curious, that's it.
Yeah, we'll discuss this after the session if the time permits, right, Anuradha? Yes. Okay, yes, Yadu.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
I think you take Dr. Abha first because she has also raised her hand. I have been speaking quite a bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, ma'am, I'm a faculty of management and especially teaching the HR. And nowadays, I was actually dealing with the HR policies. So during my classroom discussion, this time I take up this POSH as one of the topic to educate the student about this entire whole act. So when we were discussing, there are some questions arise from the student side that if I see, for example, if in a working situation, if I see that my friend is going through some kind of a situation, but she is not having that guts to report the complaint against, and the person, her friend is maybe from the different department, but she is aware about what she is going through. So is it possible that on behalf of the person, anyone else can file a complaint? Or that is the first question. And the second, even if the person would like to file a complaint without mentioning the name,
It's just anonymous complaint if they can file just because of the fear of losing job, and what you have already mentioned, the harsh treatment if boss come to know that the complaints has been filed against him. Is it
So,
possible or
yeah,
not?
so Dr. Abha, can you wait till the end because these points are covered?
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks for understanding. All right. So let's move ahead. And now again, we have two types of sexual harassment categories. One is give and take. You give me something, I give you something, give and take. And then malicious surrounding, of course, the surrounding, the type of the surrounding that we create, that comes under this preview. Give and take means like, if you don't do this, I will not give you this. So this is quid pro. So, like this is like, yes, so this is give and take. So you give me this, only then I will give you what you want. All right. So now I can also say that sexual favor is asked for employment or any special treatment during employment. The employee is threatened if she doesn't comply, if he or she doesn't comply. And again, the action of asking any favor of sexual in nature could be open or hush or indirect. So whatever is not asked publicly comes under this. Just take it as a thumb rule. Right? So if anything can be asked publicly, it won't. Whatever comes, whatever is being asked secretly, that comes under this. As a thumb rule, you can take this. And again, the malicious surrounding means, again, about the, like some kind of a discussion or a speech or person being intimidated or harassed by the peers. This could be a covert or overt. So all of these, they come under the malicious surrounding. Okay, so if I talk about this situation, Ketki and Milan work in an accounting firm. Milan is Ketki's head. He often asks Ketki to go out for the movie or dinner, but Ketki declines and see the word hesitatingly. One day, Milan tells Ketki that if she doesn't agree, her increment won't be approved. What about this? Is this sexual harassment? Yes, it comes under quid pro, that give and take. Yeah. Okay, and the number 2, they are being a part of a project team. They both report to Senior Malik. Seeing the hard work and efficiency of Monica, she is selected as a core member of another and prestigious college project. Nirav, being senior and more experienced, didn't like this. So he started spreading fake rumors about some relationship. What about this? Would it be counted?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So the intent is not good. Okay, so in all these cases, it would be counted. Now, of course, we have one of the very important thing, that whom should the complaint be filed? So the law has specifically said to make an internal committee. Now the complaint must be filed to the internal committee. The composition of internal committee is like this. There is a one presiding officer, 2 members and 1 member. So let's understand who is a presiding officer. A senior female designate of the firm, organization, or the body. So from the same organization, the person, a senior female, has to be there. 2 members per people experienced and committed in the social welfare of the women. People with legal knowledge over same could also be included. Now, these need not be from the organization. 1 member, person from an NGO working towards the cause of women harassment, sexual harassment. So this is the composition of the ICC. So we need 4 members for this ICC. Filing process. The filing process is report the episode within 3 months. Then you have to file a complaint, update the complainant within 7 days. So within 7 days, he should be updated. Get a reply within 10 days. Does the complainant agree? If he agree, yes, then settlement or punishment action is taken, completed within 60 days. If he doesn't agree, then investigation is done by the ICC, and then again the settlement or the punishment. So this is the whole process in general about the ICC procedure. How do we file the complaint? Now, what happens after the complaint? After the complaint, due investigation would be done and the credibility of the complaint would be identified, whether the complaint is false or it is true. If the complaint is found positive, strict remedial actions would be taken. What happens if the complaint is found false? Yes, any idea? What happens if the complaint is found to be false? Yes, Yadu, you also know a lot.
I think Umu has raised her hand. That's it. I would, I
Okay,
can answer
yes.
this question, but
Yeah, I know. Okay, yes, Umu.
Yeah, let the question be answered by Yadu. Before that, I have something to say about ICC. With the ICC, the last member would be the EC member, external member, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this member, to become a EC member, whether the person has to be a POSH trainer or the knowledge of the POSH is enough. And the second thing is whether the person has to be known from the background of Legal Connect, or they could be any normal person with the knowledge of women activism and NGO is fine.
No, any person. But it is preferred that the person, yeah, law doesn't say so, but most of the time the company, they prefers to have the person who is having the knowledge of POSH trainer. Oh, sorry, POSH Act.
Right. And whoever is knowledgeable and whoever is ready can become a EC member in any company and any firm, right?
Yes. So there is no
And if
restriction from the law.
Right. And within 7 days, if the complaint is not being given or raised and the person is not ready to share these details with anyone in fear or out of shame or something, and it is like found after some time, and how it is dealt with.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yes, Del. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, in that IC member, there is the first.
You have to be a little louder.
Yeah, okay. See, the IC members, the first president must be lady, or
no, it has to be lady.
Must be lady, huh?
Yeah, it has to be lady. Yes, see, senior female. Yes.
Yeah, in that case, I will add one point with Shrikant's question or answer here, because there is a scenario. The person, a transgender woman, she's been registered as woman with the company. Her identity is a woman, but everybody knows she is a transgender, and she becomes the IC member, the president, the presiding officer. Is that acceptable or not in the company where 40% of women and 60% of men are working in the employment office?
So see, as per law, it is only the female.
It has to be a female.
It has to be a female. Yeah, it has to be a female as per the law. But now the company policies can differ. If the company is taking some ICC, but as per the law, it has to be a female.
No,
but again, if they want to keep a transgender, for example, if they want to keep a transgender, then also they have to fulfill these requirements first. He can be over and above.
Right. And if the person who is found guilt and they are accusing the presiding officer, stating bad terms or bad words, that she is a he or something like that, how it is dealt with?
That will tantamount to another POSH case.
Yes, it is different. Then it comes under different law. It is not under the POSH. POSH is for the sexual harassment. If they are not abiding by these rules, then I think the CRPC is attracted.
CRPC is there, na?
Yes. Okay. Yes, Vijay.
See, even if somebody is not satisfied by an inquiry of POSH, I mean, that complainant is always open to file a complaint with the police.
With the police, they can always go.
They can always go. The only thing is that this is a remedial kind of a thing which has been provided within
the softer way. It is done under the softer way, because it is not now, the police is not involved. The court and the judges are not involved. It is
And
under the organization only.
If if any heinous crime is committed, then this POSH and all won't work. Anyway,
No. These are the softer crime. These are the softer laws.
Anyway, that it has to go to police only then.
Yes. These are the softer laws. They attract not much penalties also. So these are the
In
softer
better
laws.
terms, civil, right? Civil laws, right?
Civil laws.
It is not a criminal
We can,
law, right? Civil law.
these are civil laws. Yes, we can say so. Okay. I think some query was there from Vijay. Vijay?
Yeah, yes. So the question that I'm going to ask is related to my previous organization, wherein a member from the senior leadership, he was having an affair with the manager, and this was disclosed. I mean, people got to know this, and the senior leaders, reporting authority, he got to know about it. And after that, there was some inquiry and all those things happened. After which, everything was normal, and that girl was asked to resign. Forcefully, she was asked to resign. In this situation, can a girl file a complaint under POSH?
It can. Because forcibly they are asking the resignation for this girl. Although the affair was consensual.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
May I?
Okay. I'll take rest of the questions later on. Let's move with the...
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to add something?
No, in this case only, if they are having an affair, the POSH does not apply for affairs. But, if the girl has been asked to resign, it will have to be understood why she has been asked to resign. There are remedial actions for that also in case if she has been, targeted wrongly. Okay. So for an affair, POSH does not apply.
For an affair doesn't apply, but later on, whatever happens and she's forced to resign.
Yeah.
Then it is
Then
harassment.
it has to be understood whether it is for this reason or for some other reason. Yeah.
So if it is for this reason, then in that
Okay.
case,
So now perks in term
POSH
which are
will not
struck off
apply.
from complaining party during they have to see the reasons. If the reasons are different, then why the POSH will apply? So you have to elaborate on the reasons. Like you said that
So
there
the
was an
reason is
affair.
pretty straightforward. The reason is pretty straightforward. People got to know about this affair, and this is impacting the business and the clients as well.
So then it will
In
attract.
order to, okay.
Then it will attract. Yes. Why is she forced to resign?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now, yes, Yadu.
No, here, just one clarification, because we are discussing this thing. Supposing the business is being affected, okay, and for that reason she is being asked to leave or resign. So does this tantamount to any sexual this thing? Because
So
that
this
has
is
to be
covered.
ascertained.
Yeah. So actually these points are covered over here only. So let me just proceed.
So I mean, yeah, thoda sa isme hai
Yeah.
confusion.
I'll just, yes. Okay, so now now most of the time we feel that if the POSH is attracted, then the person against whom this is established, the crime is established, then he has to, of course, he has to resign, or his job is terminated. But most of the time it may or it may not happen. They can also be given only the warnings. Okay, or they can be demoted. They can be suspended for a few months or a few days. And if nothing happens, nothing works out, then only they would be terminated. But it is not necessary that every time they would be terminated in each and every case. So sometimes depends upon the type of the crime. Like, sometimes only the jokes are made and the complaint is there. Then they might be given written warning that do not engage in such kind of things. Now, what does not constitute at workplace sexual harassment? So again, because of being absent, you have to follow up on the work because the work is suffering. Disapproving action for deadline and work reasons. So the deadlines are not met. Physical contacts like touching, tapping, and brushing without any sexual intent or intimation. Now, again, this is where we started from, that it should be, the receiver should be comfortable or uncomfortable. Now, again, this intent comes from there. Practical feedback about the job. Like Yadu just said, that the business should be is impacted or not. And then work-related emergency communication during late night hours. So even if it is late night, but only the communication relating to work is being done, then it doesn't come under this preview. And complimenting without any ill intent. So simple compliments, appreciations, they do not come under this preview. Yes, Yadu, I think this answers whatever you were trying to make. I have already covered that the business shouldn't suffer.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I mean,
Yes.
because the case which we was discussing, I mean,
Yeah.
prima facie, it doesn't come under POSH.
Yes. Okay, so now we have certain myths. Let's cover up these myths also. So this act is applicable only to organization with 10 or more employees. No, even if there are less than 10 employees, it still applies, but the local committee. So the local committee will be handling these type of complaints, not an ICC that is formed with the organization. The POSH Act requires IC members to be appointed in a specific manner. Yes, it should be, but again, IC members are generally appointed by a way of board resolution. So most of the time, the POSH Act, it says that it should be appointed or nominated in writing, but what happens practically that only a board resolution is being passed and then the IC is being formed. Employers could also consider sharing these details on company's portal or internet via email or other communication platform. The POSH Act prohibits the appointment of employees from the group entity as IC members. So there is no such prohibition. So it is not necessary that they should be prohibited against appointing employees of the group entity as IC members, but from a practical perspective, it is usually recommended that local employees be the members of the IC. HR professionals cannot serve. So again, this is a myth. So POSH Act requires that IC members consist of a minimum of 4 members. Of these, 3 must be employees. They will preferably individuals with legal knowledge. So the word is preferably. Experience in social work or a commitment to a cause. There is no specific prohibition under the POSH Act against the member of the HR team. Right? So they are employees of the company. The presiding officer of the IC is a senior level female employee. And as long as this is covered, they fulfill the requirements. All right. I think Umu, you also had this doubt, right? Okay. So sexual harassment under the POSH Act only involves physical actions such as touching or assault. We have discussed this enough, but still also the behaviors. Also the acts, the actions, making colored remarks, showing pornography, engaging in other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of a sexual nature. Yes, Del, I will just finish this off and then we'll take up. Okay? Only women can file the complaint under POSH. So yes, as per the law, only the women are eligible because they have considered under the definition of the employee, only the women are there. Only the women is there. But if the organization wants to have a more inclusive workplace, then they form or then they lay down the guidelines in which men and even the third gender is also included. So that is why they can implement gender neutral anti-harassment policy as part of the organization service rules. It is up to them. But as far as the law is concerned, only the females they are considered as the employee. And you can file anonymous complaints of sexual harassment. Employers are not obliged to address anonymous complaints or take motion cognizance of unreported workplace sexual harassment incidents. Some employers treat anonymously reported incidents as code of conduct issues, while others only act on formal written complaints. So the complaints that are in line with the principles of natural justice, which require providing the respondent with a fair opportunity to be heard, to cross-examine witness, only those can be taken up. So anonymous complaints are not taken up under this act. The person has to come ahead. Okay. Yes. Now your questions, please.
Vidhi, this is Vijay here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I mean, whether this question will be relevant or not, but I have this question. If a person is terminated under the
You're
POSH
not
Act,
audible, Vijay. You're not audible properly.
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, if the person is terminated under the POSH Act, so in his relieving letter or so, whether this incident will be mentioned that why this person was terminated?
No. Why it will be there? It cannot be, and it shouldn't be. It is against the intent of the law.
Okay.
Right? If the company does so, I think they are attracting some other law section. Am I right, Yadu? I think you might be giving that section name.
See, the thing is, no, I can't give so many sections name because I'm not an advocate. I'm also a POSH trainer only. See, the thing is that what Vijay is generally discussing. See, I'll tell you a real life practical scenario. What happens generally if any POSH complaint is filed, and normally the POSH complaint will be filed. Generally, it is against the menfolk. Okay,
Yes.
and hota
Yeah.
ye hai that come what may, the person, he's actually asked to resign and go.
But then they won't be writing that reason in the
No,
termination
no.
letter. This
That is
was
not
what this
written.
was his question.
No. That is not written. Nobody
That
wants
is
to.
not. And if they
No,
are doing, then they are committing some other crime.
nobody wants to dirty their hands, yaar. नहीं करना
Yes.
चाहता,
So
लोग
the
बोलते हैं,
question was this only, because we have already discussed that if this is done, then of course, practically it is very difficult for the person to work in the same environment. Then either the person himself will resign or they will terminate.
Yeah, that's what Punjabi में कहते हैं ना, आप सियापा मुकाओ. जल्दी से मुका दो. वो होता है.
Yes, but then it won't be mentioned in the termination letter.
It is never mentioned.
It is not mentioned.
It is not, there's no such guideline or anything that it has to be mentioned like this. Of course, in their internal communication,
Yeah,
whatever
so
they can-
sometimes the revengeful act out of revenge they want to do that. Okay, मैं देख लूंगा तेरे को, then it is a different issue. But
हाँ.
otherwise, nobody will do it. It is against the ethical principles.
See, generally, POSH complaints are something which I told earlier also, it has been discussed that it is not for the heinous kind of a thing. The only thing is if somebody is feeling offended or somebody is feeling hurt about something, some behavior, something, it is regarding these complaints only. And that person always has an, opportunity if that person is not satisfied with the IC's findings and whatever whatever solution they are giving, they can always go and file a complaint with the police. They can always do that.
Yes. That part is always there.
That is always there. So I mean, if at all anything heinous has happened, anyway, it won't come under the purview of POSH only. It will anyway go to police.
Yeah.
The only thing is that certain things which can be handled within the organization, if it can be done amicably without affecting the day-to-day activity at the workplace, then it is for this reason only. It is not a moral code of conduct or any kind of this thing. It is just a provision which has been made. Okay. And
of course, like we have already discussed, that workplace is even like, wherever the crime has been committed from the organization point of view. So it can
Yeah.
be even the NGOs. For example, the staff of NGOs commit the crime. The vocational or the educational setup, even in the entertainment setup. So all of these will attract the POSH.
POSH. Acha, एक और question. There was one question which you asked me to answer actually, which Umu said, let you do answer it. Actually, that went unanswered. It was related to this only, that
False complaint.
if the complaint is false.
False.
Now, see, as far as POSH Act is concerned, there are so many things. But practically what happens is, obviously the POSH complaint has to, because the POSH Act is only for ladies. Okay. Here I may be sounding a bit this thing, but the thing is that even if practically what happens is, if a POSH complaint is found to be false, or something like that happens, nothing happens to the lady employees. केवल उनको ये बोल दिया जाएगा, such a thing should not happen again, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, but okay, like this is what the practicality is this. I agree.
Practicality is this.
Practicality is this, but again, from the law side, some penalties are there, warnings are there, and so see what happens if one false complaint is filed, it takes the chance of 10 true complaints. So before filing any false complaint, we should take care that how this is going to impact the society at large.
When I was doing my POSH, this thing, my certification, I think Shrikant was there with me, that I had actually told one real life case, my lived example, when I was working in that organization, and that time POSH was not there in place.
Okay.
But, the thing is that POSH only applies to women, but there are many professional organizations who have these kind of committees for men and for third gender also, but as it is not mandatory, it is a part of best practices. Now, I was working with, I would not like to take the name of that organization. The thing is, a false complaint like this was filed, was made to that committee. And when it was investigated, okay, it was found that just because the senior had, not sanctioned the leaves, lady employee, so she had created all this tamasha out of it. And, the sad part was that even the matter was settled and everything, the person, that the male employee, he was asked to leave the organization. वही वाला चीज जो मैं बोल रहा था ना कि यार ठीक है अभी तो सेटल हो गया है बट आगे ये फिर से कभी कुछ होगा so यार पंगे मत लो
Practical is this only.
Practical things are very different from whatever we read in the books.
Yes, practicality is very, very different. But again, at least the law is there and we should be aware that we have such rights with us.
Yeah, the thing is that this act has been given to the ladies to safeguard this thing, so that they should feel safe, and in case if something happens, it is not that they should not get a feeling that there is nothing to protect them.
And moreover, instead of going to the police station, that is again one kind of an harassment. Going to the police station and giving the testimonies and gathering the witnesses. So this act was there in front of the ladies, which is a weapon against these kind of people. But again, it is not used in a way. If it is not used in a way, then we should always think that it is, the intent is not this. The intent is to use it to safeguard the women at work so that more and more women can feel safe and they can come and be employable.
God forbid if somebody is using it, if she found herself in a situation where she's bound, where she has to use it, I can only say that one should do it very wisely.
Yes.
Think it coolly, whether whether you are whatever you are going to do can harm somebody's career, somebody's life also.
Yes,
be very sure about be very sure about what you are doing. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Yadu.
The thing is that here, just one more line I would like to add. You must be aware that in real life scenario, those cases which actually should be reported,
They are not
They are
reported.
not being
They are
reported.
not
And there
reported.
were unnecessary cases are being, filed, and,
Yes.
nothing comes out
This
of
is
that.
the truth. This
Yeah,
is the
this
truth.
is a very sad reality.
Yes. Yes, Del.
Thank you.
So, Vidhi, once the POSH, what do you call, complaint has been done by an employee and that issue has been completely resolved, the further reporting has to be done to the government authorities, or that's the
No,
end of
no,
the
no, no.
chapter?
It is not required by the law.
Okay.
Not required by the law. No. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Del. I cannot hear you. Sorry.
Hello, I'm audible?
Sir, can you
Good
please
audible.
speak loud?
हाँ, थोड़ा सा loud. If you can be little bit loud, na.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
bit loud.
Who comes under the local company?
Local committee. Okay. We'll just look at that also. Just a moment.
The strength of the army doesn't get numbers, so the case should be go to the local company. So who comes under the local company?
Yeah. Okay. So any organization that has less than 10 employees has to come under the local committee, right? Now, local committee constitution is district officer of that district. He has to constitute the local committee, and it is the jurisdiction, the area to which this LC has the jurisdiction is only till the district where the crime is, where this LC is constituted. So relating to that district, the district officer will constitute. Okay, so this is only for the startups or for the companies which are very small. Okay, now the district officer can designate the nodal officers, in the blocks or in the wards to receive and forward complaints to the LC within 7 days. Okay, again, the LC can have one chairperson. She has to be an eminent eminent social worker, women, an eminent women in social work, and a member who is a woman from the district, and other members, at least one of whom is a woman. Okay, so we can say that it has one chairperson, a member who is a woman from the district, and other members, at least whom, so 3 people from for the local committee. Okay, yeah.
Normally, these committees are permanent committees. They're always there.
Yes, they are always there because they are at the district level. The district officer, he constitutes these, so he won't change it. And what about the IC? What is the term of this IC? Is it permanent?
IC within the organization?
Oh,
No, it is not permanent.
no, it is not
It is
permanent.
appointed for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then again, they have to nominate and appoint it. Okay, so with this, we come towards the end of the session. I hope many of the doubts were cleared in this. If the manager, let me just take this out. If a manager WhatsApp. Okay, so yes, so Shanu, we have already discussed that if it is relating to the work, a short conversation relating to the work at odd hours, then it won't come under POSH. But if it is relating to some other kind of, gossip, I mean, not the gossiping in, if it is related to some kind of other discussions which are not related to the work, which makes the recipient uncomfortable, the comments, the negative things, so then it will attract. Okay, yes, so yeah, all right. So we will be having another course, another advanced workshop on this POSH, where we will be discussing about the working of this IC in detail. All right, so Gaurav sir, would you just let the participants know the details about that workshop also once?
श्योर मैम. सो ये वर्कशॉप 22 तारीख से हमारी स्टार्ट होनी है और 2 आवर्स की वर्कशॉप रहेगी. अगेन जैसे मैम ने अभी बताया आपको कि वो एडवांस तक आपको सिखाया जाएगा उसके अंदर, और सर्टिफिकेट भी आपको उसके अंदर हम प्रोवाइड करेंगे जिसके पोस्ट के रिगार्डिंग। सो अगर आपको किसी को भी अगर कोई प्रोग्राम अटेंड करना है ये वाला, तो आप डायरेक्ट उस नंबर पर व्हाट्सअप कर सकते हो। और इसके अल्टरनेट में आपको वेबसाइट पे भी एनरोल नाउ का ऑप्शन मिल जाएगा, जैसे सेम एज आपको अभी इस पे मिला था। सो
So the
थैंक यू सो
curriculum
मच।
will
अगर
be
जी,
disclosed. Yes. So the curriculum will be shared once you drop this message. The
यस,
curriculum of this advanced workshop will also be shared.
That is
ब्रोशर इज
that
ऑल्सो
will be
रेडी
for 2
फॉर
hours.
शेयरिंग।
Yeah, it is for 2 hours.
यस सर।
Okay, I hope I could do the justice to your time, and because nowadays time is more precious than money, so I hope I could do the justice, and some familiarity was there, and the people who are already the POSH trainers, some value addition was given. I hope
Yes,
so.
yes, it was a nice refresher actually. I hope I didn't bug you all much.
No, it's fine. I understand
मैम
that whenever I attend these kind of workshops, so it is very difficult for me to keep quiet when I have the knowledge of something. So I also want to spread it.
True, true, true. We all are learning actually. We
We
all
all are
learn from
learning,
each other.
yes, and
Yeah,
we want to spread it.
correct.
Yeah, yes, somebody was speaking.
मैम अगर किसी को कोई डाउट है तो वो क्लियर कर सकते हैं हम, अगर आप स्पीक
Ha
करें।
ha, please, we have 2 to 3 minutes left. So thank you, Taruna. And it was nice seeing you again in my workshop. All right, so
ओके,
okay, yeah. All
या
right,
थैंक यू सो
so
मच।
thank you,
So thank you
everybody.
so much, Vidhi ma'am.
Yeah,
So give you a
thank you,
valuable time, and
Thank
all
you,
of you.
thank you,
So
thank you.
thank you.
sure
I
we will
hope all of the questions
connect
were
again.
answered. Yeah.
जी, yeah, sure. Thank you so much, all of you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.